welcome back to Reactions That Rock. I am Seth, a former rock and roll radio DJ, now a YouTube sensation, just sweeping the internet like wildfire, or a slow-burning candle, or maybe not even. But anyway, seriously, I am back with Linkin Park, and Linkin Park is back with me. Yes, this is brand new-ish Linkin Park. It was music that was never released, and now apparently it is back. It's been released, so we do have Linkin Park songs that I have honestly never heard. Speaking of never heard, if you've never heard my Linkin Park story, the day that I, a douchebag radio DJ, met Chester Bennington for the very first time, I will link that video down below. You can check it out. I was less than kind, and I learned many, many lessons from that day on about how to treat people. So, yeah, if you want to hear me being a dick, it's down there for you. You can check it out. Anyway, we've since made headway. We've come a long way, me and Linkin Park and I am totally here to check out the brand new Linkin Park Friendly Fire. Less talk from me, more rock. We're just gonna, that is such an old radio DJ thing to say. Less talk, more rock. We're spinning through another set of nonstop rock. Do you remember those annoying 1990s and mid-2000s DJs? Yep, I was one of them. It's Friendly Fire. It's brand new Linkin Park. Brand new, older Linkin Park. It was just never released. Yeah. You can look it all up or tell me how wrong I am in the comments. Do whatever you want to do. I am here for that too. Let's spin it.
Tell me the words I've forgotten. What we were fighting for, staring right into the darkness through an empty open door. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason.
Okay, we're a little bit removed from Chester's untimely passing. But seriously, they had to hit us with all the nostalgia, the videos, and the feels. I'm here for it. I am. Maybe a trigger warning. I don't know. But I guess that's why we're all here for it. So I'm going to keep it going. I was not expecting to come in vocal heavy, and I love it. It's like the best way they could have done this after losing Chester. So far, it's beautiful for all the right reasons. Let's see where it goes.
Triggering a useless war, and if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting for? I was supposed to protect you, no matter what's to come. Somehow forgot when they told me we hurt the ones we love. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. We're pulling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. If we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire. We're strangers in between the darkness, diving underneath. I'll find you out on the horizon, we'll never be enemies. Can't put back what's been broken, can't change the moment we went too far. Falling apart for no reason. We're pulling a trigger in a useless war. And if we come back and go into the black, what are we fighting for? What are we fighting? It's just friendly fire.
Okay, I'm gonna let this roll out in just a few minutes, but I gotta be honest here. I knew it might be a little tough to watch. I've not immersed myself a whole lot in Linkin Park in the past few years. Um, but this is hitting right in the feels. I don't know why I wasn't expecting that. I knew the whole band was gonna be here, but I did not expect them to hit me right in the heart like this. So let's let it ride out, and I'll give you my thoughts, and we'll talk. We'll talk one on one, me and you, in a few minutes. Okay, that was good. All right, so here's the deal. As you may or may not have heard if you've listened to my other Linkin Park song or my Mike Shinoda uh, song that I did maybe 2 months ago, Linkin Park and I have we had a falling out in after I think maybe their third album. Because I think Hybrid Theory was probably one of the best cover to cover albums to have ever come out in the rock and roll world. There was not a single bad song on it. It was heavy rock when I needed heavy rock, and it was melody when I needed melody, and it really spoke to me at that time. The person I was when that came out, that album just sucked right in and spoke to me. I think still to this day, it holds up. It's one of the greatest rock and roll albums ever put out. I stand by that. Then they got a little experimental and they lost me a little bit. It became a little sing-songy and a little croony and a little more electronica than it had been. And they lost me a bit. Never, I never hated. I just didn't listen to, if that makes sense. And I've had other people say that to me before too. And it's totally cool. It's totally fine. The amount of fans they gained on those third and fourth albums speaks testament to how good those albums were. They just weren't right for what my ears wanted to hear at the time. So fully understand that. It's just the world we live in. Plus, and I'm going to be brutally honest, anything after Hybrid Theory would have been hard for me to accept as a complete album because Hybrid Theory was just that damn good. Most bands don't put out their best album as their first album unless it's the only album they put out, if you know what I mean. So I hadn't listened to a whole lot of Linkin Park in the past 10, 15 years, and I've come back to it, and I've been enjoying it, really getting into it again, and I've been loving the journey. I've been loving the songs that used to annoy me are, like, getting to me now, and maybe it's because I'm getting older, or maybe it's because we've had so many changes, and I know I'm never getting new Linkin Park with the full band ever again, unless it's something old that they dig out like this, which thank you. I hope there are more songs like this that are just recorded and have never been released because I think the fans, those of us that loved them in the beginning and lost our way, and those that have found them later on, I think we deserve as much new music from Linkin Park as we can possibly get. Linkin Park is one of those bands that they really do connect with their audience. If you're a Linkin Park fan, you are a Linkin Park fan. You are hooked, you are with them, you are along for the journey. And that is some of the magic of them as a band is they have a way of just making you feel like you're part of it. They care about you as fans. They're not just there for the paycheck. They care about you. They share with you. It's like we go through this experience together. And that's one thing I've always liked about them as a band. Even when I was less than professional and less than as nice as I could have been upon meeting them for the very first time, just a couple weeks before One Step Closer blew up rock radio and changed the direction of modern music. So, and yes, that did happen. And you can thank guys like Linkin Park for pushing rock in that direction. Now, we're going to speak one on one, just me and you. Whoever you are, wherever you are, however you are, know that what happened with Chester was tragic, and it may have been avoidable. And if you ever have any of those same feelings, please reach out. There's a lot of crap in this world. You're going to go through a lot of crap. I'm going to go through a lot of crap. We are going to go through a lot of crap. Uh, I would like to think nothing will ever be worse than what 2020 looked like. Let's be realistic. There's a lot of crap in this world, and God only knows. If you need help, if you are feeling things that make you sad, beyond sad, if you're thinking about hurting yourself, please reach out and talk to somebody. You may not see your worth, but you have it, okay? Yes, I know I'm getting a little deep here, but you are important. Okay, seriously, I mean that. Every single person on this planet has something to offer this planet. You may not have found it yet, okay? But this world is awesome. There are crappy people in it that will make you feel bad. There are crappy events that will make you feel bad, but this world is awesome. Life is awesome. If you are feeling anything less than, please talk to somebody. If your parents don't understand, if your friends don't understand, if your teachers don't understand, if your coworkers don't understand, there's absolutely nothing wrong with therapy. An 800 number. We have no sponsorships on this channel, but even like companies like BetterHelp, it's an app you can put on your phone. It's affordable, and you don't even need to go face to face. You can text a therapist and talk to somebody. Because, and again, not sponsored. I'm just throwing this out there. I have benefited greatly from having somebody to talk to, and I tell people all the time, one of the greatest benefits of therapy, or of whatever you want to call it, is having somebody who doesn't have any skin in the game just to listen to. Sometimes just saying the stuff you're feeling out loud can really, really help. And if you say it to a family member, they have stuff to gain. Everybody's going to be affected. Your family will be affected by the way you feel. Some guy sitting on an app, some guy sitting on a couch, just listening to you vent. He doesn't care. He's got no skin in the game. He's not going to point you in a direction that isn't right for you because he benefits. Family, I love them. I'd like to think family's here for everybody, but when you tell family something's wrong, they either don't want to hear it because they don't want to accept it, or sometimes they try to fix it by fixing what works for them, which might mean I don't want to hear about it right now, or let's talk about it later, or they find out, well, if we can get you to go to, maybe you'd feel better if you went to college, because they want you to do that, but that's not right for you, or whatever the situation is. Find an unbiased ear and just chew it off for 50 minutes on somebody's couch, on an app, whatever. If you're ever feeling that way, call the numbers. I'll put the National Suicide Prevention number down there in the description. And yes, I know I turned this from a reaction video into a serious conversation, and I apologize for that. If it's not for you, feel free to turn off right now. If it is for you, for the love of God, please. And when I say love of God, I'm not turning this into a Christian chat. It's an expression. If you believe, believe. If you don't, that's fine too. But whatever it is, you have purpose here. You have value here. I'd like you to stay with us. Trust me, I've seen it. I've lived through it. I've survived it. I'll spare you the details, but there is an amazing world out there, and sometimes that's hard to see with whatever you're going through, but trust me, it does get better. It really does. Thank you so much for watching. No sign off, just thank you for watching. Hang in there, and if you need it, please do reach out. Good night. Good morning. Whatever time it is, good. Have a good whatever time of day you watch this, and maybe have a good night too. All right, that's it. Thanks.